What's going on, folks? One of the things I love most in Minecraft, but I've never been able to figure out for myself, is minigames. To me, the ideal Minecraft minigame has a few key components. Number one, it's vanilla, doesn't require mods, doesn't require data packs. Number two, it's survival friendly, meaning you can gather the materials you need to build it relatively easily and build it in a relatively normal space. And number three, it has both a multiplayer and a single player mode for those of us without any friends. Now, I actually do have friends right now, in the sense that I play on a multiplayer server, and with the Chaos Cubed update having just dropped and our server already being updated, I really wanted to do something with the new Happy Slimes, and so this is what I've got. It's Shuffleboard. Now, I'm not the first person to come up with the idea of Shuffleboard in Minecraft, but as far as I can tell, I am the first person to use this kind of opposing sides view and also come up with a mode where you can play it versus this, versus yourself, versus the computer, as it were. So, let's go over how you play. If you've never played Shuffleboard before, the idea is that you are launching pucks across the board at each other, and you are trying to get them into one of these sections in these triangles. So the first section gives you 10 points, the next section gives you 8, this section gives you 7, and if you get into this red zone, that is minus 10. Now, you are allowed to hit your opponent's pucks. You take turns going one by one, and at the end of the game, you just tally up your scores to see who won. I was pretty sure I wanted this size, but given this size, it took a lot of experimentation to figure out what sulfur cube and what floor material I could use to get the dynamics exactly how I wanted. Let's quickly grab a sulfur cube, and let's say frog light. And I'll show you what I mean. So you got this guy, and if you hit it, yeah, it slides really, really far, but it also bounces, which is not something that I wanted for my shuffleboard. The thing is, while there are a whole bunch of different friction levels for the actual sulfur cubes, in terms of the block material, you've only got normal and super slippy. I think maybe soul sand would slow things down, and obviously you can use things like cobwebs to really slow things down, but none of that really made sense. So I ended up settling on using blue ice / snow for the slippy kind that doesn't bounce. Here, have a look. So it doesn't bounce, does not resist knockback. You can also push it like this. It has the best combination of qualities for the game that I wanted. So let's go through how you play, switching to survival mode. So each player has 4 pucks. I'm going to go first, and I can put the puck down anywhere on the board that I can reach. The purpose of the magma blocks is to tell you when you're out of bounds when you are crossing a line. Basically, you can stand anywhere as long as you're not taking damage, and, no cheating with Frostwalker boots. That wouldn't be fun. So I put this guy down, and now my goal is to knock him to the other side. So I've got a knockback to Iron Sword. I think this seemed to be the best kind of compromise for standard play, and it's also something that's easily available in survival. And I'm going to go right up to the line, and I'm going to give this guy a whack. And now into free cam, and you're going to see it go across the board. I got it right down the center, but I don't know that I gave it enough speed to actually make it onto this gold section. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. Let's see, and yes! Okay, so these pressure plates don't actually do anything, but what they are useful for is making it really clear of, are you in the correct area? So those pressure plates are spread far enough apart that I have yet to see an instance where a sulfur cube was depressing 2 different plates in 2 different sections, but this way you can tell, yes, it's in bounds because it's pushing down at least one of these pressure plates. Now, I have 10 points right now. It's the CPU's turn, and it's going to immediately knock my sulfur cube into a non-scoring zone. So, boo, but also like what you're going to do. So, and now my opponent is at 7 points. So now I can choose to either knock this guy out, like my guy got knocked out, but I almost certainly will not be able to get my puck into the scoring zone if I do that, or I can try to score myself. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this where it is and try scoring. And this time I'm going to do a double thwack. Okay, well that was not nearly as clean a line. Ooh, but can I knock my guy back? Nope. 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 All right, so it looks like I might get... Yes! All right. I am in the 7 zone. And I'm also not down the center, so hopefully the Sulfur Cube that is getting launched will avoid my pucks entirely. Yep, looking good. Their speed is looking kind of high. I'm wondering if they're going to land on the 7s or whether they're... Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, they landed on an 8. So, yeah, that's not good for me. This one I do think I will knock off. All right, come on, and... Go! Yeah, so this is just going to knock us both into the gutters, or at least the non-scoring zone. Let's walk over and see what this guy is doing. Yep, we're both in the gutter. Strategic play. Now my opponent goes. And you can see with the dispenser at the distance that it's at, it's 3 blocks away from where the magma cubes are dispensed. There is a lot of variability. So this one actually shot it clean out of... Wait, did it? No, that was the one from before, wasn't it? Yeah, this is the guy, and it is... Oh, it is on those pressure plates, so, yeah, that's points. All right, so now I'm down to my last. Do I knock this baby out, or do I try to score more points? I think I am going to try for more points. Probably not the best idea, but we'll see. And can't believe I got a 10 on the first turn and was immediately knocked off. All right. And oh, okay. So too far. Oh, well, I guess I am knocking him off. All right. What's that doing, though? Okay, so it doesn't actually do anything. It's still in the same area. And as for my puck... Yeah. All right, well, this is not looking good. And my opponent has the last play. Oh, that's right down the center. Oh, but might it be in the red? That would be exciting. Come on, you can do it, little Sulfur Cube! Come on! And no. Okay, so let's count up points. So that's 7, 8, and another 7, so 14, 22 for my opponent, and I have 8 plus 7 is 15. So the computer won. I lost to a freaking dispenser in my own game. The shame. All right, but yeah, that's how the game is played, and now I have buckets that I can use to scoop up my sulfur cubes and return them to my barrel for the next game. And then for the CPU, since they can't gather up their own sulfur cubes, lazy dispenser, I'm going to go in here, and I have 4 buckets waiting for me. And I'm, trying to reset the game. Just show me some slack. Okay, 1, a 2, 2, 3, a 4. and I'm going to put them back in this dispenser. Don't worry about the empty bucket there. With this setup, I mean, if you're playing on Bedrock and trying to adapt my thing, obviously you're going to have to build your own redstone, and it might behave differently, but for this setup, for me, the empty bucket gets pulled before the dispenser activates. So the redstone is not very smart, not very interesting, but I will show you it anyway in case you're trying to figure this out for yourself. So gonna go into FreeCam, into the Gubbins, and you see it's just from this side, it's just a simple redstone signal going across, and it starts off by toggling a redstone torch on and off, and that's what dispenses the sulfur cube. When this pulses back on, it's also going to send a pulse through here to this torch, which is going to launch this dispenser at the sulfur cube. And while it's doing that, it's also going to send a pulse through here to, let me actually go into creative mode and show you. Beneath this barrel, there is a dropper here that's going to shoot an empty bucket into this barrel for you to collect when you're done. This is full of buckets. It probably doesn't need to be. What's more important is that this hopper down here has at least one empty bucket in each slot, probably 2 empty buckets in each slot, just to make sure that it doesn't pull out a sulfur cube. I went for overkill because this is creative mode, and also in my in my survival worlds I have plenty of iron, so these buckets don't cost me anything. So might as well just overkill. But yeah, that's basically it. This is just a debug line in case I wanted to test things out on this side. For instance, I was really skeptical that this bucket was going to get pulled before the dispenser was triggered, but it does seem to be very reliable in that sense. I've, pushed this a ton, and not once have I had it try to fire this dispenser here without first dispensing an actual sulfur cube. And if there was an empty in there, there'd be, a 1 in 5 chance that it would try to fire the empty. Actually, when it got down to the end, it would just be a 1 in 2. So they seem fairly reliable. The only thing that's consumed in this game is wind charges. It'll use 4 per game, so you're just going to have to refill them occasionally. Also, if you're dumb like me, well, let me go back to survival. So if you're dumb like me, you're probably going to want to take food with you. But that's the game, and I'm fairly proud of it. I'm about to build it on Joe Hill's SMP 11 Storm. I just need to get consensus on where to build it. And yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments. I will put the schematic in the description, although you really don't need to go for my schematic. There's really nothing to this. This isn't a very optimized build or anything like that, so I would encourage you to go with your own design. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this, hope you found it inspirational, and hope that you are enjoying Chaos Cubed.